I recently replaced my powerful gaming desktop for this Lenovo Legion laptop. I wanted something that's more portable, that I could take with me on the go, but at the same time is as powerful as my desktop. So today we're going to dive in to see if this Lenovo 2023 Legion laptop did a good job of replacing my old powerful gaming desktop. Let's get started. Let's kick things off with this amazing display. The display has a resolution of 2560 by 1600 on a 16 by 10 aspect ratio, which gives you crispier visuals and more vertical real estate than the usual 16 by 9 aspect ratio. Even though this is an IPS panel, compared to the newer OLED and mini LED displays, which present more vibrant colors and deeper blacks, the display still looks amazing. And this is as good as an IPS display gets. The display is equipped with a 240 Hz refresh rate, which promises buttery smooth visuals. Whether you're gaming, editing, or just browsing the web, the 240 Hz will make everything look and feel very smooth. But a laptop isn't just a screen. Under the hood, this laptop is a beast. It is powered by an Intel 13900HX processor, which is geared up to comfortably run everything from editing work to high-end gaming. My model is paired with a 32GB of DDR5 RAM, which is great for multitasking. But other models can come with 16 or 64GB as well. With this laptop, you can say goodbye to long waiting times, because it comes with a fast M.2 storage. Mine came with 2 TB installed, but yours may come with 1 or more. It varies by the model. For the creators and gamers tuning in, you'll appreciate that this laptop offers a choice between the RTX 4080 and the 4090, which are both powerful GPUs. I personally went with the RTX 4080 as I find that it meets my needs, and it's been a blast when paired with my 38-inch ultrawide, delivering smooth gameplay even at this 3800 by 1600 resolution. To give you an idea of what you can expect from this laptop when it comes to performance, here are 2 benchmarks from 2 of my favorite games with the laptop's own integrated display. Let's talk about design and build quality. This laptop has an aluminium front and then aluminium back, which give premium vibes. You do get plastic for the vents on the sides and the vents on the back, but everything else is aluminium. Everything else except the keyboard deck. You're going to find that there is a little bit of a flex when you're pressing the keys, because this is hard plastic as well. One hand hinge open, check. Notice the RGB strip. In my opinion, it's the perfect blend of gamer and professional aesthetics. You can turn it off when you don't want it, you can turn it back on, and you can fully customize it. Now moving on to the keyboard. In my opinion, Lenovo makes one of the best laptop keyboards out there, and this is no exception. The keys on this are not mechanical, but they still have the perfect spot for key travel. They're not too soft or too hard. It is the sweet spot for typing experience. Plus, you get the numpad keys on the side, and these are very important to some people. You get a regular sized trackpad on this laptop. The gestures are very smooth, but I find that the clicks are a bit hard and sometimes not very responsive. But the tracking itself is great. Let's talk about connectivity. On the back of the laptop, we have a full-sized Ethernet cable, a USB-C cable, HDMI 2.1, USB-A 3.2, another USB-A 3.2, but this one is always on, and a charging port. On the left side of the laptop, we have a USB-A 3.2 and a Thunderbolt 4 port. And finally, on the right side of the laptop, we have another USB-A 3.2, a camera shutter switch, and a headphone jack. Overall, the connectivity is great on the laptop, but I do think they cheaped out by not including a SD card reader, which might be a deal breaker for some who don't want to carry around a dongle in their backpack for their SD cards. Now onto the speakers. To be honest, I wasn't expecting great speaker quality because every time I have a Windows laptop, the speakers seem to be pretty bad. But this one actually surprised me. These speakers are made by Harman, and Harman is known for making good speakers. And these speakers are very loud and they are clear. They're not as good as the MacBook speakers, but for a Windows laptop, they're pretty good. Here's the sound test. Now, battery life is not great. You can expect anywhere from 4 to 5 hours of light document editing or typing and video streaming. And if you're playing video games or editing a video, you can expect anywhere from 1 to 2 hours. And that's with the power mode set to quiet mode. So the least powerful power mode. If you set it to something more powerful like performance mode, you can expect those numbers to be cut by half basically. Now, if you can see on my screen, it says estimated time remaining 1 hour and 2 minutes with 75% of battery remaining. Keep in mind, this is set to performance mode. And no, that number is not a lie. This will die in 1 hour, which is kind of disappointing, but it's to be expected from a Windows laptop. The laptop comes with a 330 volt charger. This is pretty chunky. I have medium-sized hands and you can see this is pretty big for a charger. But it's still slimmer than most gaming chargers. I think other than Razer, this is the smallest one you can find that supports 330 volts of charging. If you want the full power of the laptop, you need to carry this around with you everywhere. But if you want something more slimmer, which gives you about more than half of the performance, you can get this guy. This is the 140 volts charger from Lenovo. And this is the only 140 volts charger that you can use with this laptop that will support the full 140 volts because Lenovo uses their own configurations. So only Lenovo's charger will work with Lenovo's laptop. This does not come in the box and I had to buy this from China from AliExpress. So this has extra costs to it, but you can still carry around the original charger if you're okay with the size. Now let's talk about thermals. This laptop usually stays very cool at the top, so where the keyboard is placed. So when you're typing on it or using it for gaming, your hands are going to feel fine. It doesn't get very hot where it's uncomfortable to touch. But at the bottom it does get very hot and it can be uncomfortable to put it on your lap. But if it's placed on a desk, then it's not a problem. When it comes to the fans, this laptop uses cold front 5.0 technology, which Lenovo recently created for this generation of laptops in 2023. And they do a good job of keeping the laptop cool. But when you put it on performance mode, you will hear them very clearly. Here is a sound test of each thermal mode on the laptop. Software-wise, Lenovo Vantage is a treasure app. From changing different thermal settings, overclocking the GPU and choosing the clock boost and VRAM boost, features like network boost, auto close, and changing the GPU working mode, being able to customize your laptop's RGB in the same app, and heaps of more tools that I will need a separate dedicated video to cover because there's a lot of them. Overall, I think this software is really good. It gives you a lot of customizations in the same app, so you don't need to keep going around in the laptop looking for different settings. I think by now you want to know how much this costs. Well, I got my model with a 4080 and 2 terabytes of SSD for $4,000 AUD. Now I think that's great value. To put it in perspective, the similarly spec'd Razer 16 model cost $6,700 AUD, which is almost a $3,000 difference, making the Lenovo's value hard to beat. And that brings me to our conclusion. So did this laptop live up to replacing my old powerful PC? Well, yes. Not only did it replace my PC with similar performance, I can now take it wherever I want and work remotely as well. Also, it takes less space on my desk and can be used as a second monitor, so I'm definitely happy with it. That wraps up our review. I'm really curious to see what you think about this laptop, so leave a comment down below and let me know. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. That would help me a lot. Thank you.